Thank you for joining, Janet and Carol. Welcome to you all for to join today. We are going to start the book of Colossians today, and it's only an introduction. And from next week, we will go into verse by verse from chapter 1. Is that okay, Carol and Janet?
Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah. So before going into this, I got some thought in my brain. I wanted to ask you both. Okay, what it means to be a good soldier, if you can tell.
Well trained.
Well trained, dedicated.
Strong.
Sorry, John, what did you say, love?
Strong.
Strong, yes. Believing what you're doing is right.
Okay. So these are all what makes a good soldier, isn't it?
Mm.
But do we think that these qualities in itself, can we call that person a good soldier just because he has these qualities?
No, I don't think so.
No, because he's still got these earthly faults, hasn't he?
Yeah, okay, let me rephrase my question. Uh, so who do we call like a good soldier? It's just a simple one. Uh, it's just a simple question,
I mean,
not a complicated
a
one.
soldier in the fighting, like an army, or into a person that soldiers on no matter what adversity comes their way.
Yeah. Uh, for example, if we look at a cricketer, you did a good job. You are a good cricketer. When will we say that to him, to the cricketer?
When he's performed well.
That's right. When he won the battle. Am
Mm,
I right, Carol and
mm,
Janet?
mm,
Why the reason I'm saying this is because when I'm reading a book of Colossians, there are so many subtle, both visible and invisible things that are happening in the church. Then, of course, with no doubt, it's happening in our present 21st century as well, isn't it? While reading in depth of all those, that is what we call combating church, it makes us feel already defeated in
yeah.
a way,
Mm,
isn't
mm,
it? I felt a little bit like that, and oh, we are so fragile, we are so
mm,
weak. Oh, we already failed the battle. It feels like that
mm,
when we are seeing the problems of this generation since even the starting. But what I got encouraged with is because we call good soldiers because they won hard battles, isn't it?
mm,
And in a way, I understood that hard battles is what makes a good soldier,
mm.
isn't it?
Yeah.
So, with this thought, I encouraged myself that uh, even though as a church we see it as a whole that there are so many other things that are attacking the church, but even corporately, more corporately, it is like an individual attack as well, isn't it, Carol and Janet? But these things should not overwhelm us or make us think that, oh, we are already defeated.
Mm,
But we should understand that these actually makes us stronger.
mm, mm,
These actually prepares us to become that good soldier that we all wish to become,
mm, mm,
isn't it? So, from that point of view, I wanted to start this book actually, because it is very easy to get discouraged. But if we can see the purpose behind these hard battles, then we can be actually encouraged, isn't it? You will understand why I am telling all this as the days goes by
Yeah.
with this book. So Colossians Church, this is written around AD 58 to 62, mostly like 60 to 62 is what uh, the historians tell. So the Colossians church, actually, this is the church where Paul did not go and meet them. He is
Mm.
not the one who planted it, as you all know. He don't know them even personally. But why he is writing this letter to them is because of these heresies, the false teachers, and the syncretism, and all these things are invading the church. The reason why he is writing is because of that.
Mm.
As you already know, the Colossians book is also written when Paul is in prison, just like Philippian book. But Philippians, Paul knows them personally. He planted the church there. But Colossians, he don't know them, but he's still writing to them. He's in the same setting, house arrest. He is guarded by the guards all the time.
Mm.
And we know that he is sharing the gospel to them as well, isn't it? So he is tied with his own limitations, but even then, he is giving the most wonderful Christological doctrine to the church of Colossian. Mostly in all the letters, uh, Hebrews and Colossians are rich in Christology,
Mm.
sharing about the doctrine of Christ mostly. So it's very rich in that one, is what I would like to say today. So where is Colossia? Colossia. This is how did it form? When we see in Acts chapter 19, verse 10, we will understand that Paul is in Ephesus. Uh, During that time, he used to share the gospel to Jews in synagogues, but they did not like it, and they don't want him to take that synagogues to share. That is the reason why Paul went and took the hall of Tyrannus, the hall of Tyrannus in Ephesus. From there, he tried to share the gospel with reasoning and all these things like apologetics and all this for 2 years. For 2 years, he did that ministry there using the Tyrannus hall. And because of that ministry, it has outgrown to the areas around Ephesus. The areas around Ephesus, 100 miles away from Ephesus, are Laodicea, Hierapolis, and Colossia. These are the three areas which are surrounded to Ephesus, 100 miles away. Ephesus is like modern day Turkey now. So the outgrowth now has gone to Colossian as I said, to Laodicea and Hierapolis as well. So in Colossian, we will see that Epaphras is the main person who has founded the church
Mm.
in Colossia. Epaphras is not a pastor, but he is the founder. He's the normal people like us, whom God used to found the church there. And also, Philemon is also one of the person who came to faith uh, when Paul is teaching in Tyrannus.
Right.
That means that maybe Epaphras, Philemon, and few other people around those areas might have come there to just hear to Paul, and the result of that is the Epaphras and Philemon, both of them came to faith along with many others which we don't know. So Epaphras is the one who uh, uh, found, who is the key founder of this Colossian church, and he also has ministry in around Laodicea and Hierapolis also. At the end of this letter, we will see that Paul wrote a letter to Laodicea also. So he told them to read this Colossian letter at Laodicea, as well as Laodicean letter also to Colossia. And who is the pastor of Colossian church? Archippus. Archippus is the main pastor who is doing that pastoral ministry in Colossia. He is the one who is the son of Philemon.
All right.
Philemon. And we know that Colossian church is mostly a Gentile church, and Philemon is the one who opened his house to actually giving the place for the church to meet up and to have service. That is the reason why we read Colossian and Philemon together.
Right.
Together. And if we read one after the other, we will see the beautiful sync between both of them. And also, yeah, just as I said, Colossian Assembly Church is a predominantly Gentile one. We know that wherever Paul went, we know he was called as an apostle to Gentiles, isn't it? Jews always used to what we call reject Paul's message, and he always shifts from there to Gentiles, where he is always accepted. In the same way as Jesus was rejected by his own and was accepted by other people. So in Colossian church, as we already thought that he's writing this from the prison, house arrest. He wrote Philippians, Ephesians, Colossians, and Philemon. These 4 books are prison letters. Ephesians is probably the first one. Colossians and Philemon will be the next one, and Philippians is the last book he wrote from the prison. Ephesians is mainly about the what we call about church, how the church should be. Colossians is the importance of head of the church, Jesus Christ, is what is mostly shared here. That is the reason why I am doing Colossians before Ephesians. Although it can look like Ephesians was written in first than Colossians, because in Colossians the head of church, Jesus Christ, that topic was dealt so deeply. It is better to do that first and then come to church bit, is what I thought. That is the reason why we are looking into it. So Epaphras, even though Paul did not meet the Colossian believers, as I said, Epaphras came to faith through Paul's teachings. Epaphras came to Rome actually to meet Paul when he is in prison. That is when Paul came to know that the situation of Colossian church, how it is, and how it is combating with different philosophies around it and all. That is when Epaphras came to Paul and explained to him about it all. In the same way, Onesimus, also the runaway slave, who came from Philemon, ran away from Philemon and ended up in the prison with Paul, isn't it? So these two, that is why he wrote these 2 letters to to send through each of them. So who are the carriers of Colossian letter? Tychicus and Onesimus are the ones with whom Paul sent these letters to. And in the prison, Epaphras and Aristarchus are the 2 people who intentionally wanted to stay with Paul and minister to him in the prison. So they sacrificially stood by Paul in the tough situation in the prison to minister to him. So these are the important names that we need to remember. Coming to the big thing. Now, as the introduction was finished, What is the problem with Colossian church? Let us see. As I said that Colossian, Laodicea and Hierapolis are like big cities where it is like a trade route and very rich places they are. But sadly, Colossian is the one who lost what we call that fame and all because of earthquakes and lot of losses that is happened, and it became equivalent to a small town, the Colossian. After this, we can also understand that in the Colossian place, there are also like large colony of Jews living there, as well as people are coming all over the places, different places, different background people are coming there to make their own business and all those things. That is the reason why there is a constant influx of different doctrines and philosophies and heresies that are coming into this Colossian place. In a way, we can think that is like a small Barnsley as well.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, now Barnsley is starting to bloom, and so many people are coming from different areas. In a way, it is we feel like it's a bit of a joyous thing, but at the same time, there is a danger of different religions combating our small town.
Yeah.
And this is where, as a little church of Gateway, we should stay strong and we should be able to answer them the hope that we have, as well as mm, as well as telling them the reason why Jesus is supreme, why he is the head, why he is complete, why he is the image of how can all these things will answer that Jesus is the only one true God. Because just like in Colossian church, there is lot of syncretism happening. Let me tell you what are the major things. Before going into that, we know that Epaphras told this problem to Paul, and instead of Paul addressing them straight away like false teachers and all these things, he addressed or he exalted or he gave the solution that Jesus Christ itself is himself is the solution. Jesus Christ, he exalted Jesus Christ before addressing any problem. That is what we will see in first chapter, where he started with prayer. So before addressing to false teachers, Paul exalted Jesus Christ by saying that he is unfolding that Jesus Christ is the only solution to them. Because the people inside the church, if they are not strong, they can fall for anything, isn't it, Carol and Janet? In those days, there is a horrible, like very dangerous syncretistic thing that's happening. You know about heresy. Heresy is nothing but opposing the foundational doctrines, not coming out of it completely like apostates do. Apostates like means that they renounce the faith. They completely come out of it. But heresies are the one who will add, who will try to add things to the Christianity, making it more syncretistic, more, oh, we should tolerate all other religions. All these things. I'm not saying that we should go and fight with them. You know what I mean. Instead of guarding our hearts, we let them invade even our hearts also and weaken our faith also, isn't it? That is why it's very important and it is timely for us also now in Barnsley, especially as we are moving into moved into new church and new people will be coming. with different backgrounds and philosophies in their minds,
Mm,
lot of confusions. These things should not confuse us, but it should give hope to the people who are confused,
mm,
isn't it? That is why it's important that we need to be strong first, isn't it? So what is the problem in the Colossian church is there is a combination of Eastern philosophy and Jewish legalism. I think you remember that we saw before that there is a large colony of Jews also in Colossae. Uh, but because of this invading of other doctrines and religious philosophies, they're all mixed together, and they made up a new religion, if you know what I mean.
mm,
Uh,
mm,
so one of the main problem is Gnosticism. I think you might have heard about it,
mm,
isn't it? Gnosticism means like gnosis. Gnosis means to know the deep things of God.
right.
What do they think? What do they believe is that anything that they do with the body, even if it is sin, it will have no meaning, because they think that spiritual realm is the real thing and not the physical one. And so real life exists in the spiritual realm only, is what they think. So whatever they do with the spiritual, they think it has no meaning, so they can even sin with the body,
Mm,
is what they think.
mm,
And other thing is that uh, in order to come to the spiritual perfection, in order to have the intimacy with God, they need to have some deeper revelations or deeper knowledge of
mm,
God, is what they think. That means that the spiritual perfection or fullness can be achieved by knowing the deeper things of God, is what they thought. It means like by higher knowledge, they can achieve salvation, is what
mm,
they believe. Is what they believe. But our knowledge is not what brings us to salvation. Our faith in Jesus
mm,
Christ, isn't it? According to Ephesians chapter 2, 8 and 9. So that nobody can boast, isn't it?
mm,
And what they do is that they teach that uh, the full knowledge or wisdom of God, if we know that the deeper things of God will release us from the earthly things, and will help us to get in touch with heavenly things.
mm,
Because they think that everything physical is evil, and every matter is evil only, is what they think. But we know that when God made this whole creation, he said it's good, isn't it?
mm,
Only the sin is what has invaded and make it like the physical, I mean, health issues or sufferings or any calamities. For all this, the sin is the problem, but not the physical, isn't it? But they think that the physical is the evil, all matter is evil, is what they think. And they are like in a state of escapism. That means they will be concentrating on getting deeper knowledge of God, and getting that they will be connected to spiritual perfection through all these things, and they also think that the deeper knowledge of God is um, reserved for a particular sect like us, is what they will think. And it is not there for everybody. So they will think that they are higher than all other
mm,
people. But we know that salvation is free gift to everybody, isn't
mm,
it?
mm.
We don't earn it, or we don't deserve it. It's by the grace of God through faith in Him alone, isn't it? And also because uh, physical is evil, God doesn't like to get in touch with us, is what they think. Is what they think. And um, so these are the beliefs they think. But we know that Jesus came to earth in the physical body, isn't it? He is God's incarnate. And his name itself, Emmanuel, is God with us, isn't it? He chose human body to come to us, isn't it? And it is not the final. Uh, we will be delivered at the end of at the end. We will be delivered from the sin, from the presence of sin. But we won't be delivered from the physical body, isn't it?
Yeah.
We will be given glorious body, isn't it? And also other things is like they will be thinking that there will be like emanations or like from God, there will be emanations like an angelic beings or some dark forces. They are the ones who rule the earthly affairs of human beings, is what they think. That is why um, they they go to them in the form of astrology and horoscope and all these things,
Mm.
like an intermediary things,
Mm.
in order to gain favor from God, in order to gain favor from God. All these things uh, are in a way diminishing the work and person of Jesus Christ. Am I right,
Yeah.
Carol and
Yeah.
Janet? So uh, there are there is a Gnostic mentality sometimes can be seen even in Christians also, where sometimes we can be thinking that we will be having some escapism mentality in some sort. We means not us, but in somewhere we can see, is what I'm telling, isn't it? So we should be very, very careful about all those things. And one more thing is there used to be, when we see in Colossians, we will see in asceticism, ASCETICASM. This is the different sect. These people will be thinking that we should deny ourselves in order to attain God's favor. Of course, self-denial is a call for every Christianity, but they took it to an extreme level. What they do is that they seek themselves like intentionally they wanted to make themselves discomfort, or they make themselves pain, or they won't sleep. They will be having, I mean, not in a healthy way. They wanted to do sleeplessness, be in sleeplessness state, which they will be thinking that I can gain God's favor. You know what I mean, Carol and Janet. It's like they will be torturing their own flesh.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Uh, um, even in Hinduism and Buddhism and different religions, they will be hurting their back,
Themselves,
isn't it?
don't they?
They will be thinking that, oh, by these things I will be gaining favor from God,
Mm.
which is such a foolishness,
Mm.
isn't it? God made everything for our enjoyment, unless we don't place them above Him, isn't it?
Mm. Mm.
Mm. And when we see Genesis, we can understand how wonderful God is in hospitality also.
Mm.
Am I right,
Yeah.
Carol and Janet? Even before forming us, making us, He made everything ready for our enjoyment, isn't it? Like, um, I'm not saying enjoyment is the goal of a Christian. No, through them also we can worship Him. We can enjoy Him, who is the source, isn't it,
Mm.
Carol and Janet? And we know that even in Romans 1, we will see that everything, all the qualities in this creation will point out to God only. They are witnessing about Him. Every beautiful thing is His signature.
Yeah.
Am I right, Carol and Janet?
Mm.
So, in order to earn God's favor, they used to think that they should go through all these horrible things, isn't it? And yeah, just as I said, severity in the body and all those things. And in terms of syncretism, again, Jews came, they wanted to make their own mark, they wanted to do the circumcision
Mm.
and
Yeah.
legalistic rules.
Mm.
They wanted to mix both of them. And no, yes, these are all, but we should add circumcision also. We should also have some diets, like we know Old Testament diets, isn't it,
Yeah.
Carol and Janet? We no longer need to do all those. They're only shadows, but everything is Jesus Christ. He's the substance, isn't it? So these are all diets, and these disciplines, everything are only outside, but they can't stop what is
Inside.
inside, isn't it? They cannot stop the indulgence of the flesh. Am I right, Carol and Janet? These are not the root for our human heart problem. Am I right?
Mm.
So if they think that, okay, if he did the circumcision, or he's following certain diets and rules and legal principalities and all, then we can judge him as the right person to be in our church. Those things are really, really very destroying to the church, isn't it? Let no man, no person judge us according to those, isn't it? As I said, that they will be believing also that every matter is evil. So even if we sin, that doesn't matter. So they wanted to indulge in sin as well, thinking that all these ceremonies, these outward things, can gain favor with them. And they're forgetting that evil is the main thing that they need to address in their lives, isn't it? Isn't it, Carol and Janet? And we know that God is the only one who nailed these. We can see that God disarmed the rulers and authorities on that cross, isn't it? What all against us in the legally, He nailed them all to the cross. So that we are free now.
Mm.
We are not under law, but we are under grace now, isn't it?
Mm.
So what I am going to thinking to say is, there is preeminence of Jesus Christ, supremacy. What they will be thinking is, in heresy, as I said, that they will be adding Jesus plus is what they will be doing. But if they do that, it means that they are saying in a way that what Jesus did, the person and work of Jesus Christ, they are diminishing that, isn't it? They are subtracting that.
Mm. Mm.
Am I right? Adding anything to Jesus is like a subtracting himself from
Yeah.
the equation. From the equation. So, in a way, they are saying, yes, Jesus is prominent character, but they don't want to believe or accept that Jesus is preeminent. Preeminent means he is the source of everything. He has no beginning. He is God himself. So he is enough. In him we are complete. These things they don't want to accept. That means that they wanted to earn their own way to salvation,
Mm.
which can is never attainable, isn't it, Carol and Janet? Because Jesus is the only way, the truth, and life, isn't it? So Jesus, the supremacy of Jesus is what we should understand. And we should understand that Christ is sufficient. Uh, I also wanted to make us all think that, as I said before that the mystery, hidden or like higher knowledge or truth, as I said, it is only mm, reserved for that people is what they think. If they know, if they exercise of knowing that knowledge more and more, then they can attain God's favor and spiritual perfection, is what they thought, isn't it? But the thing is, in Colossians chapter 2, verse 3, we will see that Jesus Christ Himself is the mystery of God.
Mm. Yeah.
Himself is the wisdom of God.
Mm.
They don't need to chase after any other mystery. They don't need to chase after man-made traditions which came out of their mind or own philosophies. Treasures of wisdom and knowledge are hidden in Jesus Christ. They don't need to go to anybody other than Jesus Christ, isn't it? And also, Jesus Christ is the fullness of God. Fullness of God dwelt in the body of Jesus Christ, is what Colossians says. That means that no more human traditions or any ceremonies can fill the need of our salvation, because Jesus fullness itself is sufficient for us. You know what I mean, isn't it, Carol and Janet? And also, Jesus is the only one who has authority than any other name. We will be saved by His name alone, isn't it? So we don't need to go to any intermediary dark forces like astrology or horoscope, or any other things like heavenly bodies or any other things. Somebody will be praying to angels also. Do you know that, Carol and Janet?
Yeah.
There are some people who do angelic prayers. Some people who do, like, for example, if they're going away, they want protection to their babies, they will be calling or praying on certain angels to look after them rather than to Jesus Christ.
Mm.
There are some people who also will be like reading angel cards, like prayer cards to angels every day.
Mm.
But they are all dark forces. No angelic beings or dark forces
Mm.
can save us. They actually deceive us,
Yeah.
isn't it, Carol and Janet? And it's so dangerous that it's like an open door for them, isn't it, Carol and Janet?
Yeah.
So no authority on this earth, even in heavens or under the earth, there is no other name than Jesus who can save us. He is the one who has ultimate authority. And Christ is sufficient, isn't it? No need of ceremonies, no need of sacrifices, no need of circumcision. We are all circumcised in the heart,
Yeah.
not with the hands, but with the Spirit of God.
Mm.
Is there any greater circumcision than that, Carol and Janet? No,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Of course, there is a place for circumcision for a certain period of time. When Moses introduced that, isn't it? It's like a sign of obedience. And all these things will only teach us that we are incapable. We need Savior. Am I right, Carol and
Yeah.
Janet?
Yeah.
No matter how much we do all these things, can it clean our
Yeah.
conscience?
Yeah.
Can it take away the burden of sin from us?
Yeah.
Can they really give us the assurance of salvation?
Yeah.
Not at all. Not at all. Only the name of Jesus. the name above all names, the preeminent name, the supreme name, the sufficient name, the authoritative name of Jesus Christ is the only one whom we can run to and who is our strong shelter. Isn't it, Carol and Janet? Who can safely sail us through this life and take us to eternity with him forever and ever. Isn't it, Carol and Janet? And we are complete in him. There is no other things that needed to be added to us to make us complete. As long as we are attached to the head, that is Jesus Christ, his life can overflow through our lives and make himself reflect through us in everything that we do. Am I right, Carol and Janet? So he has disarmed all the rulers or authorities, even when the enemy tries to say that we are bad or remind us of all our past failures. We can just tell this verse to the enemy. Jesus has already disarmed you on that cross, and you are shamefully, what do we call? Sorry. 2 Colossians 1:12. Colossians 2:15 to 14 to 15. I'm reading from 13. And you who were dead in your trespasses and the uncircumcision of your flesh, God made alive together with him, having forgiven us all our trespasses by canceling the record of debt that stood against us with its legal demands. This has set aside, nailing it to the cross. He disarmed the rulers and authorities and put them to open shame by triumphing over them in him. Amen. So Christian life is not a journey towards victory, but it's a journey from victory.
Yeah.
Am I right, Carol and
Sorry,
Jack?
can you repeat that again? It's not a journey to victory, it's a
We are not journeying towards victory, but we are journeying from victory, isn't it,
yeah.
Carol and
Sorry, I
Janet?
couldn't hear that.
Yeah, that's okay. So yeah, whenever the enemy tries to scare us with
Yeah.
our sinfulness,
We go back
with
to
our
the
past
cross.
failures,
Go back to the cross.
yeah, the thing is, we are in different teams. The enemy and us is in different teams. But the reality is, we already win that game.
Yes.
The enemy already lose that game.
Yeah.
So there is no, we are not supposed to feel scared of failing, isn't it?
No.
As long as we are tightly attached to our
Yeah.
head, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Is it, Carol and
Yeah.
Janet? And the main thing is, recently I am thinking that the enemy, when it has pride, the enemy fell from the heavens, isn't it? Along with 1/3 of the angels, that one we
Yeah.
can see in Ezekiel book. So he's fallen from the greater heights, isn't it? And I am thinking that the enemy is uh, devoted to fall us all in the same way.
Tries to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tries
Yeah.
to make us fall, just like he had a great
Yeah.
fall,
Yeah.
isn't
Yeah.
it? But Jesus is devoted to exalt us, not, to exalt us means to lift us up, to make
Yeah.
us stand for him,
Yeah.
isn't it? When we see in the life of Joseph, Joseph has wonderful dreams. We know through that God has greater plans for him. But where did he end up in?
Yeah.
He ended up in pit,
Mm.
isn't it, Carol
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Janet?
Yeah.
And his brothers are putting everything to cover that.
Mm.
In the same way, the enemy is trying to bury the Christians with all these false philosophies and also the worries of this world and the heresies one side and the troubles of life other
Yeah.
side
Yeah.
and doubts coming from within. All these are the enemy's plots that is trying to bury us. But can we be like Joseph of this generation, coming out of them like a good soldier,
Oh, I see where the
let,
story part comes in. Yeah. Yeah.
letting those
Yeah.
hard battles prepare us to become good
Mm.
soldiers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And church is not only just gateway church, individually we are also church,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
We should take care of ourselves as well as our church, gateway church, and of every Christian who is a church in themselves. We should protect it all with his truth, where the so many invasions are happening. Let us stay strong and let us not only start well, but also finish
Finish
well.
well.
Finish strong in
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. May we also be, when Jesus sees us, just like when Jesus saw Job, and
Yeah.
he's so proud of him,
Mm.
and he allowed even all those things may happen, but he will stay for me. May he be able to tell that of us all also.
Mm.
And at the end, we are not going to be the losers, only the enemy is
Mm.
going to be. May the Lord help us to be like that people. And may the Christology of Christ give us that strength to remain in Him wholly and until we finish this race. Amen.
Mm. Amen to that.
And yeah. Yeah. Good. Thank you.
It was very deep and very